we'll see Teddy Bridgewater and the Carolina Panthers taking on Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington football team and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Bridgewater on first down. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore.
That's good.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
After review of the play,
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
11 yards and a Panther first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
He was brought down.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 13 carries, 55 yards.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
Bridgewater's pass complete to Christian.
It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line, 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
Rosa set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
Washington
and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins ready to run the controls for the Washington offense.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Tackled at the 29-yard
The
line.
numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 12 carries, 94 yards, and a score.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On first down, it's Haskins. On the left side, this is Stills. That catch good for only a couple.
Kenny Stills.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
And it's third down.
Haskins on third down, and he finds McLaurin. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, don't fumble the football.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle. But collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And he'll complete this to Gibson. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the third down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And you can see, as many of you already know, they have clinched the NFC South. But as it stands, Charles, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend.
And that's a good thing for them because coming out of your division, getting to the playoffs with an opportunity to host to start the playoffs, that's a pretty good way to get things going. Whoever came out of this division, we knew that they were going to be playoff ready, and this team certainly is. But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now left side on the swing pass. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. From the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught inside the 20. That's good. It's a gain of 34.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. Touchdown. DJ Moore, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly.
Aldrich Rosas lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
It is good.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Aldrich Rosas set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Derek Brown. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Terry McLaurin, incomplete. He was covered by Dante Jackson.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Intercepted. The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
14, Washington 3.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
57 to mine. 57 to mine. Get him. Hatch. Check. Crouch.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Number 28.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Bridgewater. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Bridgewater. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Ian Thomas, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
8 yards on the pickup.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
11 on the play.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll try the jet sweep here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
tackle.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that point.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Washington on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 33. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the gun, it's Haskins. And he completes it to Hunt. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
First down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard
ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
At the Panthers' 8-yard line.
Again, it's Haskins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, able to slither by. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. So that, Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
A little too much extra. Curricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Right there. 54. Right there.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
Complete to Kareem.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
2nd and 5. At the 20.
That'll be complete to Cook. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Complete to Jared
The
Cook.
Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jared Cook hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is Jakeem Grant. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Jakeem Grant on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
First down, Bridgewater. Open man is Samuel, complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 36.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On second down, Bridgewater again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
57 for Mike. Mike 57. Here we go, G. Find out. All right, ball up.
And again, it's Bridgewater. Open man is Anderson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
57 for Mike. Mike 57. Check. 57. Mike, 57. Tackles. Mike's 57. 57's right.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. DJ Moore in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Rosas good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Aldrich Rosas set to kick off.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Now a dump off here complete. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a pickup at 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Haskins pass.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Haskins will throw. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Complete to Terry McLaurin.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches at their 49-yard line.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Yetur Gross-Matos in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Down. 3rd and less than a yard.
Now it's Haskins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Holding offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Touchdown, Washington.
Completion.
Terry McLaurin. His Ninth touchdown of the season. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
For the extra point.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now. And
as we analyze how he's getting it, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, and he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Brings up second.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Washington.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. From the gun, Haskins. A throw taken in by Sims. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte. Throwing again, Haskins. Open man here, Sims complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Haskins going to throw again. And he finds Cook. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 14. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
22 yards.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Haskins on 1st down. And yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. And drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 83 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Washington offense set to take over. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Here's Haskins to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Hunt, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
17.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Haskins, middle of the field. He's got McLaurin. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
First down, Washington.
On first down, it's Haskins on the crossing route, complete. That's Sims. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. They run with Hunt.
Kareem Hunt, the ball carrier.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So the flag thrown. For the contact, mark off the yardage.
And sometimes you just read a hitch route way too fast. You get there before you're supposed to, and there's the penalty.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Haskins out of the gun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And brought in by the tight end Cook. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Washington on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for the Panther touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what are you doing when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25 yards.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Intended for Stevenson.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
To throw again. Haskins gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
To Stevens.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Tressway now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 30. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
He was brought down by.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Greer. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Panthers. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off.
17. Aldrich Rosas.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 20. Three and a first.
A gain of 23 yards. First down, Washington.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go. 5-2's the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
From the gun, it's Haskins. And he completes it to Hunt. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 3 yards the gain there, second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Operating from the gun. Haskins. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Throwing again. Here's Haskins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sims. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. First down, Bonner. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Ball carried by number 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing now, Greer. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now, Greer. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
That's good.
A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Panthers, The wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Washington,